Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. How's everybody doing? So, this evening's stream is going to have a few bits and pieces, but first, I want to show you off what I've bought this week. Because I don't know if you guys might like it. I'm just going to move my microphone across a bit. If you guys might like this or not. So, I got, as soon as I saw it pop up on for sale, I instantly bought it. So this is a keyboard sleeve that has been made by Pexon. Well, actually, it's been made by Mini Pexon, Pexon's little sister. And yeah, it's a Star Wars themed one, but it'll fit my Norbad perfectly. So when I come to the next meetup and stuff, I'm going to be able to bring it with me. So yeah, I thought I'd show this off first. This is one of the things that I got in the mail today. Well, I actually got that for Thursday. I got that on Thursday. So I got one of these, which was really happy about. I'm probably going to buy a couple of more actually as well. And then the other thing that I got today was something from Brew Caps. So I only got something little today, but I'll show you guys this. This is just one of their keycaps, but it's kind of cool. So I don't know if you guys will be able to see this very well. I'll try and bring it as close as I can until the camera won't focus anymore. Apparently about there is... There you go. Yeah, it's kind of... it's got skulls and... kind of cool. Just a nice little Brew Caps cap. So that's what I got this morning, in fact, that turned up. I was pretty happy with that turning up. So, what we're going to be building today is we're going to be building my Mech27. So my Mech27 has been off for how long has it been away for? A couple of weeks now. And so I sent this off to Spot and Refinishing, that's relatively close to me. And I dropped it off with Chris, and Chris has Cerakoted it black for me. The previous finish that was on there was a little bit speckly, not that great, and so I thought I'd at least give it a better finish than it already had. And so he's done an excellent job. He's done an absolutely excellent job. So what I'll do, the first bit that I'll show you, I'll move this out of the way. I've got it all off to the side here. So the first bit that I'll show you is the plate. So the plate previously was brass and it was unfinished, and so it had been left to patina really pretty badly, to be fair. I wasn't the first owner of the board. The first owner of the board had it from when 27 shipped them out, and so he'd waited a little while, and it obviously not seen like any sort of clear coat before it or any finish on it. So I got him to sandblast it back to original, and he's clear coated it for me. So you can see it's got this lovely shimmer to it. It's got a nice little shimmer across it. And all he's done is he's done what was it? What did he say it was? It was a Cerakote clear coat that is a air dry clear coat. And so the only thing that I've done to this is I've done a slight modification to it. So all of this section here previously was connected, these bits here, and I've had to widen that so that I can get the USB-C connector to fit, or otherwise it does actually make contact with it. So that's the plate. So I'm just going to put this off to the side for a second. I'll show you the PCB, seeing as I've got the PCB on top of the case at the moment. So this is the C-Cubed LDN TKL PCB, and it's what's in the board here, in this board here as well. And so this is a Perky RGB TKL PCB, really nice. It uses USB-C now, and it's got, obviously, as I said, Perky RGB, but if we look on the other side, it's also got RGB backlighting. So this is a really nice PCB. The only downside to this PCB overall is that it uses a separate piece of software, so it doesn't use QMK or VIA. It uses C3's, I think it's LDN, LDN's own proprietary piece of software, and it's he's from China, LDN, and so it is a little bit Chinglish in places and a little bit clanky, and yeah, not the best. So what I'll do is I will show you top, so you can see this is the top. You can see I've got a couple of fingerprint marks and bits and pieces on it. It's catching my my fingerprints really easily at the moment, but yeah, you can sort of see how nice the finish is. If I give this just a little clean, I'll show you, get a nice close up of it. You can see how clean the finish is. Previously the finish was speckles all over here and speckles all around here, so he's done a really excellent job of just cleaning this up. And what he put that down to was that the original anodization process, when it was done, they've likely left it, they've likely done something to it and left it with water on top of it at some point, and so the material's become porous and taken in a bit of water. So what he's done is he's done a longer heat treat on this, and he's also sandblasted it right the way back. So hopefully, he's hoping here is that it's no longer going to be porous, and so we shouldn't see that sort of defect happen again, but he's ready for it if it does. And then the next piece we're not going to need for a little while into the build is the base. So you can see all my lovely fingerprints in there, and this is the underside of the board. So let me just give this a quick clean. This thing is catching my fingerprints like crazy, but he's done an excellent job on this. I'm trying to keep it as clean and nice as possible. You can see how nice a job you can. Unfortunately, I am ruining it bit by bit with my fingerprints. So, hey Vogon PC, how you doing? How's your Saturday going so far? Yeah, so this is the piece. It is weighty. It's very weighty. So, yeah. So if I bring the bits up here. This is the top and the bottom pieces. So I got him to Cerakote these for me, and he did a really excellent job. There's a little bit of speckling on the inside, but to be fair, that doesn't really matter so much because I'm not going to be opening this board an awful lot after it's been done. So yeah, that's the Cerakote job, and I'm very happy with the job that he's done on it. So that's those two bits. So the next bit, and the bit that Vogon PT is probably going to be very interested in. So I have got a whole set of Tangerine V2's, and so these have all been lubed, spring swapped and filmed. So if I bring it up here, you guys will be able to see it a bit better. You guys will be able to see that I've got a little white film in there, and I quite like the look of the little white film on it, almost like a sticker on an apple sort of thing. But yeah, so these are excellent switches. I've had them set up and I've been tapping away at them on a hot swap board, so they're feeling great. I know that there's likely to be there may be a couple of issue switches because some of them when I was pressing them they felt a little bit off and then they went alright again, and they're in here, but I've got a few spares over to the side there. So. Vogon says, doing good man, been at a birthday party with the daughter of one of her friends, will be in and out, to be honest. Oh, fair enough, dude. Yeah, a lot of vitamin C with these. These are really great switches. After having a little play with them, I've now got two linear boards, and I think they're going to be sort of near polar opposites. I've got the one that's up here, which is got creams in it, so they're very smooth, but really good sound. These are much smoother. They've not got the same sort of scratchiness that you get with them with creams. So what we're going to be building these along with are we're going to be building these with C3 stabilizers. So these are the black stabilizers. And so I'm going to be lubing these in a minute. So these are the black stabilizers, and these are using these are Zeal stems. So black outer housings, Zeal stems, and then the black wires are from C3 as well. And I found generally this is the best combo now. I'm enjoying that combo quite a lot after I've like heavily lubed them up. So let's move this out of the way. And what we can start to do is we can start to get on with the process of actually building up the stabs, number one, and then I'm probably going to have to go wash my hands, and then we can then start with the process of actually building the board itself. If you do have any questions throughout, just drop them in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer them, or I'm sure that somebody in chat is more than happy to help out as well if I don't know the answer. Do the screw in thingies fit the PCB? Okay, Matt. Oh, what you mean? You mean the screws for this? Yeah, they fit fine. Do the washers? Do you get washers with C3 stabs? Yes, yeah, you do. So I don't know if you can see there. I've got some little red washers there. So they come with little black screws, which are really nice. They're going to match quite nicely with it. And yeah, little red washers. Karam says, how do you like R2 by yourself? Mine are still in transit. Oh, so the switches, they're excellent. They're really excellent. When you mean R2, are you meaning the switches or the stabs? But for the switches, I think they're amazing. I think they're amazing. I ordered some after trying a couple, and they just felt incredible. Oh, you mean stabs? Okay, so yeah, I mean, so the combo that I'm generally going with nowadays is C3 outer housings, Zeal inner housings, and the C3 wires. So the C3 wire is the thing that makes the biggest difference. The wire is ever so slightly thicker on the C3 than like a Zeal or a Duroc, and so there's less wiggle for the insert to move about with, and so that reduces the sound an awful lot. I did an awful lot of A/B testing between pure Zeal, pure Duroc, pure C3, and then mixing them all about, and the one that came out with the best sound and best feel was this combo. How does a Zeal plus C3 insert feel? It feels much the same. There's a little bit more scratchiness. I have all of the parts back there to be able to do the sort of like the opposite, like Zeal housing, C3 inserts. But the big thing is the wire. The wire makes a huge difference. Sorry, I missed. Nice, my purple C3s are on the way. Oh, nice. I've had. I managed to get some. I got these black ones, and in the build behind me, if you hit exclamation mark YouTube, you'll be able to see my previous build. And in the previous build, I used the cream ones. I thought they would go with the creams quite nicely. So. Oh, bloody hell! Hi, Cornstorm. Thank you very much for the follow. I still haven't turned that down from last time. Still scares the crap out of me every time. Oh shit! Thank you, Flump MK. Not too much, not too much. How you doing, man? How is everybody's Sunday? Sunday? How's everybody's Saturday going so far? I don't wish away the weekend too much. What's everybody done today? Is anybody building a board as I'm building mine, or what are you guys up to? I'm building the Netflix board. So what is the Netflix board then? I've not heard of this this fabled Netflix board. Decent. Got off work. Gonna watch a movie after done browsing Met Market. Oh, nice. What are you browsing Met Market for? Anything specific or just window shopping? So all I'm doing here, guys, is I've got some 205 grade 0, and I'm just giving the insides of these inserts and the actual sort of the stems a little bit of lube. I'm going relatively thick. It's probably about what I would normally use for like dielectric grease wise, and this I generally find it has a better consistency. I'm much happier with using this over dielectric grease nowadays. Netflix, the on-demand streaming service board. I haven't ever heard of this board. Unless you're meaning something other than a keyboard here. Window shopping, looking for purple sets, and got to invoice someone for switches. Oh, nice. So, are you trying to find GMK somebody selling GMK Phantom for cheap, or GMK First Love, or? I think you're hardcore bamboozling me. I think you're hardcore bamboozling me too. I'm getting confused. We're bamboozling each other here. Some sort of strange battle of wits going on. Hi, Arenio. How you doing? Oh, Cake here. Hey, Cake. Yeah, kind of weird. Phantom would be nice, but difficult. Yeah, really difficult. I'd love to be able to. I'd love to be able to get hold of Phantom one day, but yeah, maybe not with the current prices. Do you lube your stabs wires preferably with dielectric grease or 205 grade 0? I use 205 grade 0 now. I was a big fan of dielectric grease. I am soon going to be doing it with super lube. So I've read a bunch of reviews, and there was a bunch of people saying that this super lube that I've now ordered and it's on its way, it's got the same sort of consistency. Weirdly, obviously 205 grade 0, it's grade 0. This stuff that I've ordered is grade 2. However, they're saying that it goes on and feels very, very similar to 205 grade 0. It's got the same sort of feel to it after you've put it on. That's an awful lot of lube there. I don't know much. I'm very well, thank you. I'm very well. So you've managed to find yourself some holy pandas, have you? Ah, good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, holy pandas are excellent. I don't know if anybody else has got ever tried holy pandas in the chat, but I've got some holy pandas in one of the little shelves behind me, and yeah, they're going to be going into one of the ace of spades that I've got coming. If you Flump, if you want to see the lube that I'm using this evening, just put in !lube. There's a few commands there. Also, if you want to know exactly what I'm using for the build tonight, you can use !build. Oh, awesome! I can't wait to try them. I've got sent to me instead of you, so I can give them a try in my drop alt first. Oh, nice! Oh, the double build there. Yeah, I've been playing around with commands a bit more, so you guys can at least see what I'm building now. So there's build, YouTube, lube. What's the other one? There is another one. There is one more, I think. I think it might be uptime. Yeah, it's uptime. But we've only been, I can tell you how long, no I can't tell you how long we've been up. Oh, there it is, 25 minutes. So, I've got a few people watching obviously. How many of you are, have got builds planned or lined up? I know Cake has. I'm hoping that I'm going to be building that for him, so. Hey Wasabies, how you doing? I don't know if Vogon's still there. Vogon, are you still there? Frankenstabs, that's interesting. Yeah, the Frankenstabs are really... this was off after a bit of testing. I saw Mechs on Decks using some, and I thought, I'll give it a try. And I thought I'd give the way that they lube them a try as well. And if you go !YouTube, I've got a typing test for my C3, the 0.9. If you guys want to have a listen to that, but the spacebar sounds incredible on it. I'm so happy with the spacebar on it. No, not what I was going to show you, Vogon. So Vogon, I showed this at the very beginning of the stream, but you weren't here. But I got one of these. I think it might make you jealous. So yeah, Mini Pex made one for me, and yeah, fits a lovely TKL nicely. Yeah, one of Pexon's ones. Yeah. Oh man, get one. It's helping out Mini Pex. They're not a bad price, to be fair. They're not a bad price. Oh, I think I've done that one. Oh, sorry, I missed a message there. So Wasabi says decent, warm, but decent. I'm good though. I've got the window wide open, but it's starting to heat up in here quite a lot. The little light that I've got in front of me here seems to kick. It's only an LED light, but it seems to kick out some heat. A bit of a space heater. Rabbit Sensei, Canoe for July, Kajal for August and September. Wow, jeez. Okay, you're doing them based upon months rather than my normal way of doing it, which is just order as many as I can get hold of. Vogon says, get ready guys, Thursday seems to be 30 in the UK. Jesus, 30 degrees. Oh, that's gonna be too hot. I was struggling when it was like 24, 6 degrees warmer than that. God damn. No thank you. Too hot. Only if the products are pretty, Rabbit Sensei says. Yeah. Cake says 30 degrees C. Please no. Yeah, I'm going to be much the same. I'm going to be sitting in the garden all day. trying to find shade. I'll probably just have the hose on me all afternoon. Yes, much hotter here than 40 degrees in Morocco. Oof. The problem that we've got in the UK is that it's normally a very humid heat. We're quite a wet country as a whole, and so it's normally pretty humid and pretty gross. So Flump says 60% anode case in cyan, cyan aluminium plate from KBD fans, Telios with turquoise housings with lube. We'll lube them with 205 grade 0 and 105 for the springs and film that. That's not a bad choice. We'll use MT3 Deb TTY Triumph Adler keycaps. They will all ship mid-October, so I'll probably receive them in November. I'll have to reuse some Ducky keycaps. I have everything here except for the PCB HS60. I'll have to wait a bit until that gets restocked. So great choice on the switches and the case and everything. PCB is a great choice as well. I'm a big fan of the HS60. I don't think they're going to stay out of stock for too long. The guys at Mech Boards know that it's a great product, and so they're probably going to be getting it back in stock as soon as possible. And 205 grade 0 on Telios, they're a really nice choice. Very, very smooth. I would say you might not have to film them. I mean, filming them is not going to make them any smoother. It will deepen the sound, and generally Telios are a little bit more higher pitched anyway, so you might be able to bring the pitch down a little bit, but that's the only thing that I'd say. I've lived in the attic room for 10 years. My record in the room getting to an estimated 43 degrees. Whew. No, that's too hot. I still played games because I have no self-respect. Yeah, your poor computer. Like, I can only imagine what the CPU temp if the ambient is 43. Oof. Cooking the poor thing. Hope you didn't have an overclock on it as well. Damn, that sounds like an awesome build lump. Yeah, I know, I agree. So yeah, Harry Potter. No, Harry Potter would be under the stairs, wouldn't he? He's more like Roger from American Dad. The unwoke wizarding franchise. That's what I wanted to do, getting the pitch a bit deeper. Yes, films don't do much to Telio switches performance-wise. Yeah, I mean the generally filming any newer switches. You're not going to really see a performance difference. They're not going to get smoother, really. I mean, most of these new switches, they're pretty good tolerance-wise. I would generally say you only want to be doing like filming like vintage blacks or some more like some of the shittier switches from the mid 2000s. That's the only thing that you're going to really improve on. Good old 3570K running at 4.1. Okay, so you have got a nice sized overclock on that poor thing as well. I had a 4770K which I ran with an overclock, and that thing was just toasty all of the time. Do you mind if I ask a few questions about my build in here, or would you prefer I DM'd them to you? No, you're more than welcome to. I mean, if I don't know the answer to a question, somebody in chat is more likely to be able to help out as well. So just far away. now that's way too much lube. Wondering how long this faithful build would last. Well, if you're going to be getting up to 43 degrees again anytime soon. I mean, if you're in the UK and this 30 degrees is incoming, I'd probably go game in the garden for a little bit or something. On film, GATs sound okay, but cherries and JWKs that have been opened up sound miserably inconsistent in my experience. Never skipped films on those. Yeah, I mean, when I was taking apart the Tangerines, like beforehand, they were very inconsistent. Somewhere deep, like a deep thok, somewhere like a Telio style mini, like not mini thok, but like high pitched thok to it. So yeah. After filming them, they've become a bit more after lubing them, sorry, they've become a bit more consistent, and after filming them as well, it's just deepened them even further, really. I'm excited to see how the Durox stabs are. I'm sure with lube them with 205 Grid Zero as well. Yeah, stock Durox stabs are fine with 205 Grid Zero. I mean, my last build stream, I did a build with some Durox stabs, and I did them with 205 Grid Zero, and Kronborg, who's got the build now, is loving it. The only thing that really hurt that build stream was he was using EPPT grayscale, and I ended up after the stream having to bend the spacebar back because it was bent like a banana two ways. So it was like that and sort of bent like that, and then like you looked at it and it was bent like that as well. So like bent in two ways. So it was a bit of a nightmare, really. So Cake asks, do you have stabs available for me to buy, or should I order them from Candy Keys? Don't order them from Candy Keys, order them from mykeyboards.eu if they've got them, or I know that Jay has got some coming very shortly, so you might want to message him to see if you can get some of his order, maybe. B, foam, what should I really do, and is it worth it for tactile switches? I mean, yeah, foam helps. You've got the KBD-8X coming, haven't you? That comes with foam, I believe. That comes with foam. And good evening, Zachary, how you doing? Zapre or Zapari. Zapri asks, what does O/ mean? It means like waving. He's waving at you. Hello. It's meant to be a head and an arm. It did sort of look like a little bit of a Hitler salute that I did there, but it was meant to be a wave. I mean, in theory he was waving, but yeah. That sounds like an involuntary reverse spacebar. It was pretty awful, if I'm honest. All of the space bars in that set were bent. They all had a slight bend in them, and the problem with that is that when you push it down, so you say you've got the stabilizer wire like this, the space bar like this. If it's bent ever so slightly, what it can do is it can bend it. So if it's going, normally it should just go up and down like this, yeah? And what would happen is it would go like that sort of motion. And the problem with that is that if a spacebar moves like that, it hits the side wall of the case. And so you end up getting this horrible scratching sound. And so out of all of the ones that he had, none of them were really good enough. And so I dropped him a message after the stream and said, I'm going to give it a go on bending it back. And so realistically, it's EPBT is quite easy to bend. You've just got to heat up you've got to boil some water and then leave the spacebar in some boiling water for a minute, and it'll be malleable enough for you to be able to push it up against something, just straighten it out, and then hold it there. And what I did was I poured some cold water over it so that it would sort of freeze it in place almost, and that really helped. But the bigger problem was that it was pretty horrifically bent, and because it was so bent, I could only do so much really. It doesn't come with foam, it's an extra. I got, with my ATEX, I got foam for free. There was foam in my ATEX too. Unless, to be fair, I bought mine off of Fleeceman, so Fleeceman might have added it as an extra, but as far as I was aware, it came as a standard piece. I still can't decide what colour options to go for on the ATEX, so I guess I'm waiting for the group buy. Oof. I mean, on my YouTube channel, I've got the grey that was there. The grey is quite nice. It's like a slightly darker than silver. Have I got anything? It's sort of more like this colour, It goes quite nicely with some of the lighter sets. So I had 9009 on it. It went really nicely. And I even had Demonic on it at one point, and Demonic looked really good. So got a few options, but I mean, you can't go wrong with black, to be fair. And I mean, if you can get your hands on the polycarb, then I mean, you're doing really well for yourself. Polycarb sounds amazing. I'll get foam with a thickness of 1.5 millimeters for my build because of the hot swap sockets. Candy Keys said they restocked Keepwork foam in a few days. Oh, nice. I haven't ever tried any of the Keepwork foam, so I might give that a try at some point. I'm just trying to get this on this. It doesn't want to play ball with me. There you go. Yeah, I'm stuck on grey or E-white. Okay, so what keycap set are you going to go with it? Have you got a keycap set already chosen for it, or is it like if you go E-white, you're going to go for a specific key set? Polycarb is in stock at the moment, I believe. Oh wow! Okay, if you can get, I mean, if you can get a polycarb, get polycarb. That thing is beautiful. CR Cloudy asks, "What are you making?" And if you hit !build, you'll be able to see what I'm building today. But it's a Mech27 V2. Dorothy Sweet asks, "I'm thinking about if I want to deal with the pain in the arse that is cutting this insulation foam I've got. I have to go between the PCB and the plate for my upcoming build. I already have case foam." So I got some like rubber, like a rubber material to go between my plate and PCB for the C3, and it makes a really nice difference. I've got this all over my hands now. Let's stick that there. I'm just going to put this back in here. I need to clean this jar up after this. It's all on the sides of it. That's the problem. Sorry, but as I was saying, it came with this rubber, like a, I don't know how you explain it. It's like a rubber sheet that goes between it, and I tried it before the stream with it and without, and it sounded way better with. So, what sort of foam are you going to be using? Also, if you can find, I don't know if the acrylic dude from Mech Boards might be able to help you out, but he might be able to do the laser cutting for it, because I believe there is like laser wool and stuff like that you could possibly use, or like some sort of laser foam or something. Might make your life a little bit easier for the cost of sort of 20-30 quid or something. GMK Moto 2 is what's going on. Oh, nice. So, I don't know if the grey. I don't know if the grey would match too much. I think the white might look better. I think the white might well look better. It's some insulation from my mum's attic that I took reflective layer off of. Okay. Does that? Is that the foam? Is that not? Is that the solid core foam, or is that the not quite so? Like, is that the movable, like almost like the fabric style one? Oh, sorry, the chat's just jumped up. Pretty wacky. Uses case foam as well. Who needs the acrylic guy? Well, it was in case Dorothy wanted to get something cut himself. I mean, if it's the movable stuff, isn't that fiberglass? Well, that's meant to be pretty painful to get caught in your fingers and stuff. Okay, we're nearly there on the stabs now. I'm blaming you guys on how long it's taken me to do the stabs. Oh yeah, sorry Smudge. I don't allow people to post links in the chat after there was a guy posting some not so nice stuff a little while ago, but Vogon's helped you out there at least. If you guys do want to post any links, just either send me them in a PM on Discord, or you might be able to whisper me on here. I think I'm using Streamlabs, so I don't know if you're able to whisper me whilst I'm streaming. I don't have the actual stream up, so I don't know if I'll be able to see them. Almost sounds like bubble wrap if you squeeze it. I have no idea what that would be. I mean, as long as it's not electrically conductive, you're completely fine. Cake says, I have no idea which keycaps to buy for the for my grey KBD 8X. I'm stuck between overpaying for dots, Oblivion, Metropolis. I currently have a set of Night Runner, but seeing it in person, I didn't like it as much. Yeah, no, I saw you had it up for sale. I mean, if you're willing to wait, you could look at getting like GMK Nord. Is it GMK Nord? Also, there was somebody selling Oblivion on MK UK the other day. Norrit MTG, I think his name was. He was looking to trade it, so you might want to have a chat to him, because I mean, he might still have it, and you might be able to trade it. So, the Discord acrylic dude mech board. Oh, thanks Flump MK. Yeah, I've done a little bit of stuff with him before, but he might well be able to just help you out with the laser cutting of stuff. He does a pretty good job, and you're going to get a much better result around the switches getting something laser cut from a sort of a DXF plate file or something like that, rather than attempting to cut it yourself. Yeah, so currently grey versus E-white versus polycarb. I'd go polycarb. After having the polycarb board behind me, really nice, and mixed with brass, it looks excellent. It sounds good, and pretty much everything goes with polycarb. Whereas the white one, you're probably better off going for modern Dolch on it, because you're going to have too many greys. If you go for the grey, you're going to have too many greys competing on one board, and it might look a bit strange. The other thing that you could look at doing, if you were to go for white, you could go for classic red, and that would be a big difference in looks. That might look quite nice. GMK Nord is nice. Grand Prix in October as well. I keep looking at Grand Prix, and I keep looking at it and going, oh, it's not bad, and then like taking another look and then going, oh, that's gross, and then looking at it again, oh, it's not bad. I'm very on the fence about it. The sets that I'm looking forward to are GMK Rainy Day, when that comes along. That's a really nice looking set, and I'm really pumped about that one. It looks so good. GMK Modern Dolch, obviously, and I've got a few keycap sets on the way. Nora wants to trade sets with UK ISO. Night Runner doesn't have ISO, UK ISO, sadly. Oh, that's a shame. I mean, you could try and look to do like a three-way trade or something like that if you can find somebody who wants Night Runner and they've got a GMK set that they want to trade, maybe? I don't know. Giving you options there. The only downside to his Oblivion set is that he doesn't have the monochrome bits. He's got the coloured ones, and I wanted the monochrome. I'd have traded it for my 9009 or otherwise. It doesn't polycarbonate scratch and damage really easily. So I've had the one behind me, and it doesn't seem to. You get fingerprints on it quite a lot, but I mean it's a plastic at the end of the day. The other thing that you'll be careful of is over tightening threads on it, because you're screwing directly into polycarbonate itself. It's quite easy to damage it. I love sets where the obnoxious colours are done subtly. Yeah, I'm not a fan of obnoxious colours. I mean, Night Runner does look, the colour scheme on Night Runner does look amazing. It does look amazing though. I'm pretty limited keycaps wise because I need Nord keycaps. Oh god. Went with MT3 Triumph keycaps because they offered the international kit as well. I mean, you might be best off looking at a cat set maybe. Some sort of cat set might be good. Duroc screw in 7x2U and 1x6.25U. Those right. Yeah, I mean they should be fine. You shouldn't have to buy 7 2Us though. You should be able to buy 4 or 5. Excuse me, I'm yawning like crazy. MT3 Extended 48 is coming, and I'm super excited. Yeah, that's a really nice looking one. Cat Clean, or whatever the black and white, white and black set. That's Cat Refined. Cat Refined would be good choice. Guys, I'm going to be back in a second. My hands are like sticky from the lube at the moment. I'm just going to give my hands a quick wash, but ping a few more questions into chat and I'll get back to them when I get back. So I'll be back in a minute, guys. Hi guys. Cat hands are nice and clean now, they're not sticky. So, I'll just catch up the chat quickly. My keyboards offers 4U and 6.25U. Yep. That's what Kronborg ordered from. Got my Jorix tabs from them as well. Yep. Good choice. Good choice. Support the EU guys. Love the extended 2048 aesthetic, but I don't want ePBT homing keys, so the MT3 version is perfect. I keep hesitating on GMK Modo plus ads. Why is this? Maybe because it's my first GMK set. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm much the same actually. I keep looking at it going, oh, do I really want it? Don't I want it? I'm not sure. Do I? Don't I? Yeah. So I'm in the same sort of position as you are. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I am going to get my PCB, and so what we're going to do is what I like to do on my PCBs is I do something called a hockey tape mod. And so it's a bit like sticker mod, but without the wasting of so much of a sticker really. You get hockey tape in a massive reel, and it does a really nice job of lessening that sort of clack, the plastic on plastic sound that you get when you bottom out. So I use this stuff pretty much on every single build that I do now, and it does make a big difference. So let's get rid of this first piece. I'm just going to chop this off. Can we have a word for the most expensive part of custom keyboard that is the stabs. Yeah, stabs are getting very expensive. I'm interested to see what these Mechanist ones come out like, because somebody in chat earlier asked what do what was it, C3 stems in Duroc housing sound like. That's what they pretty much are. They look identical to that. So I'm interested to see. I mean, they look good. I'll be interested to see if they sound good afterwards. My keyboard only has 7 2Us in stock, so just get those. I would have a look on. I mean, depending on how long you're willing to wait, you might want to have a look on the Duroc AliExpress page. See if you can get them and get them ordered, because you might save some money. But do message Jay. Do message Jay, because Jay's got a shipment of them incoming. I believe that they're in the air or on the way to him, so he might well be able to get some relatively quick to you. Zachary says, Pokemon Kid, I too am really struggling to choose whether I want Modo 2 or not, especially considering the fact that I really love MT3. I mean, if you love MT3, get the Max set that's got the extended 2048. Get that instead. I don't know if you've ever tried a cat set, but you might well like a cat. You might well like a cat set, and there's a lot of decent cat sets coming out. I mean, you could get what is it, Cat Hyper Abused, and obviously you've got Cat Refined, and then there's a couple of others that are coming out soon as well. I mean, it's a good time to be a cat lover at the moment. Sorry, I just missed some bits. I want to see these. If you want to check difference, check Matt's last stream. I mean, I can show you guys on this stream if you want to see. Just hit yes in the chat if you want to see the difference between non-hockey taped and hockey taped stabs. I can quickly show you guys. Sorry, I'm missing a bunch of messages here. My boss is €230. Oof. Sounds about right. Don't think. Just buy. Yeah, just hit buy. Just hit buy. I don't know why it's deleting previous messages. Let me turn down the moderation settings on it, because to be fair, I do think you guys should be able to send links. So link protection, allow viewers to only send links to the chat from a website on the whitelist. We're going to turn that one off. So that's been turned off now, guys. So you should be able to send links of your own. Please no Rick rolls or anything like that, please. And hello, Jampot. Sorry, I did see your message saying hello, but it deleted your message. Yeah. Perfect. It's working now. Can you spell that, please? It's probably not cat, keycaps. K-A-T. It's made by Key Creative. MyKeyboards.eu. He's found a way around it. Wasabi's already found a way around it. Was going to say that there is some at MyKeyboards.eu. Deleted my previous one, but didn't have a link. Lol. Yeah, for some reason it just deletes. It deletes links for some reason. It deletes the link and then it deletes all your previous messages. I need to play about with that so it doesn't just delete people's previous messages. Is there a difference between hockey tape mods and Band-Aid stabs? No, there is no difference. The only difference is that I get this in a massive reel rather than getting it in like plaster, like exact same stuff, really, exact same stuff. Okay, here's the basket for anyone who wants to see. Okay, as long as this is not a gnome or anything like that, you're alright. Oh, you're going all out. You're going all out. Very nice. I was looking at getting the standard kit, the aesthetic kit, and the additions kit, and that was like 174 or something like that. So I was thinking about doing that. Oh, sorry guys, the music seems to have stopped. Let's go on to the next playlist. Listen to the next playlist. So chill type music this is. Would you guys, do you guys want to see the difference between it, or do you want me to just carry on with the build, seeing as we're an hour and 5 minutes in and I haven't got any switches in anything? I'm cutting out bits of hockey tape, or do you want to hear the difference? Says blah, blah, blah. Okay, got you. There are some Duroc on. Can't wait to try Cherry Profile. Do I get the printer ink ran out of 8008 set for KBD8X, perhaps? Yeah, I mean, if you're describing it as that, maybe not. From MK wants to hear the difference, so I'll do it for you. Okay. Let me cut these out, and then what I'll do is I'll test between these ones here and these ones here for you, and you can hear the difference. Oh, Smudge, the song is Lukem Crembo Brunch. It's one of these royalty-free songs. So it's spelled Lukrembo, and then the song is called Brunch. I'm listening to his playlist at the moment. Jampot shelling for mykeyboards.eu. Well, maybe not shilling, seeing as somebody's bought the stuff and he's thanking them. I don't know. Okay. I volunteer for them and mod their Discord server. Very nice of him. Okay, so I'm just going to peel this one up. I'll stay this here for a second. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to be just showing the difference. I've got to test these out either way. I'm just going to be showing the difference in sound profile between the two of them. So I can put these down properly. So. Let's get a little screwdriver out. So what's everybody doing for Father's Day tomorrow? Are there any fathers in the chat? I mean, folk on PT's there, aren't you? You got your daughter. Are you doing anything for Are you doing anything for tomorrow? Or is anybody doing anything nice for their dads tomorrow? How popular is GMK? I'm fairly newish, never had GMK before. I've had one custom keyboard. GMK is like currently the community's gold standard for keycaps. I'm in Wales, so I can't see my dad. Oh, that's a shame. I mean, at least you're probably going to be able to have a Skype conversation with him or something, or a Zoom conversation. Father's Day already happened in Germany. Oh wow, okay. I didn't realise you were in Germany. Okay, let's put this one in, and then we'll put the non-hockey tagged one in place as well. Not Father's Day here tomorrow. That's the 8th of November. Okay. Wasabies, where are you from? Yeah, Kate's asked the exact same question. Norway, but live in Sweden. Oh, nice. I saw a chart the other day about Sweden. And according to, I think it's Rosetta Stone, the most the language that the Swedish most want to learn on Rosetta Stone is Swedish. Yeah, we're over here in the UK trying to learn. I think ours was French or something like that. That was the one that we wanted to learn the most. And then, like, other countries are trying to learn Chinese and stuff like that, but the Swedish are trying to learn Swedish. Do you specialise in TKLs? I would like to say I do, because TKL, 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 and my build that Jampot is into is a TKL. So yeah, I'd assume that I am big into TKLs. It's just the preferred layout. I definitely prefer the feel of typing on a TKL overall. There's no problem with immigration over here. Yeah, I guess. You guys are over there just trying to learn your own language. Smudge says, I'm currently learning Welsh. I really like the look of TKLs. Oh, good. So I could ask you what words are you trying to learn in Welsh at the moment, and that's probably going to be a stupid thing to say, because you'd have to tell me over voice chat or something, really. Okay, what I'll do is I'll dig out the switches, in a couple of switches in a second, and I'll put them into the board, and then you can hear the sound difference between the backspace and the right shift. And you can tell me whether it sounds better or worse. I really like TKL. I could drop the function row, but but really love the nav being remapped to media keys and obviously hotkeys. Yeah, I mean, I do an awful lot of I play an awful lot of RuneScape and stuff, so F keys are normally what you use to be able to swap through tabs, so I use it for that. And realistically, I don't use page up and page down. I use them every now and again when I'm like coding and stuff, but not a great deal. Home and insert can, like, home, end and insert can just go in the bin. I don't use them at all. Print screen's used a lot, scroll lock is never used, and pause, I had that macroed to do to bring up YouTube and play Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. So, I mean, out of all of the things, those keys aren't really used, so I could chop them off. Okay. Let's grab a few switches. I'm just going to put the switches in here for the short term, just so that I can make sure that I'm happy with. Bend a little, yeah, so slightly. A little bit loose anyway, but I just mainly want to be able to hear nicely so that I can feel if the switches aren't in right or anything. Okay. Just grab the spacebar quickly. So if I hold that. The only thing that you can hear is the bottom out sounding there, really. I'm just testing the spacebar. I'm not showing off the hockey tape modding file of it yet. I've got to find the backspace yet. It's in here somewhere. It's going to be right at the bottom, isn't it? It'll make my life a little bit easier. Pour them all into this tray. Okay. Put them in a tray rather than a very unhelpful box. Oh, wrong hand. Okay. You guys are going to be able to immediately hear the difference there. So let's pause the music a second. So, ow! Oh, yeah, you can hear the difference on that as well. Oh. Alright, give me 1 second, guys. Oh, that really hurt. Okay, so here's the board. So this is the right shift. So I don't know if you guys can hear that. Oh, I'll put it up to the microphone. I'm going to bring the microphone down in there so you guys can hear the microphone here. Cool, that's dusty. I'm going to keep that over there. Are you ready, guys? Yeah. This one seems to have a little bit of pressure on it, so I don't think it's in completely straight. But yeah, and this is the hockey tape modded. And so that's the difference that hockey tape modding can do. Does it feel mushy? No, the spacebar does. The ISO enter does a little bit, but I think that might be down to more the ISO enter key itself, actually, rather than anything else. It might be the actual switch that I'm using. So I did miss a bunch of bunch of stuff earlier. So I hope that helps you guys out with how it makes a difference and how it sounds and everything. I'll put the music back on for you guys. Swedish is very similar to Norwegian that I get by. The best thing with Welsh, which I'm lucky because I learned this in school, is that DD, LL or FF are pronounced really weirdly compared to English. How are they said compared to English? Is it like the Spanish with LL being H, Yah, Yah, sort of. That sort of sound. For some reason, I put the stream in full screen in order to hear better. I mean, you're concentrating more. I got what you were trying to do there. You're concentrating more to be able to get it to work. I mean, it's like turning the sound down when you're looking for a house, like in your car. Oof. Yeah. Holy, these stabs sound amazing. Yeah, I mean, they do sound really, really good. They're going to sound even better once they're actually in the case. I dream of that sound. I feel like non-tape mod would complement clicky switches a lot. I'm not sure. It probably would. The thing is, you'd have a click and then you would have the bottom out sound as well. Does it feel mushy? No, I answered that one. It doesn't feel mushy. The ISO enter does feel a little bit strange. It feels like it's returning a bit sort of slower, but I think that's probably more down to the ISO enter. It doesn't sound bad in my opinion, just sounds different. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound bad. It's just the fact that, I mean, it's a lot harsher. Less stock as well. So I need to set this apart. I have a little play around with the I'm gonna get my hands all looby again. So let's get a pair of tweezers out. They're moving fine. Yeah, they feel fine. Oh, here we go. We've got a clip. So let's pause the music a second. So. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Surprised it wasn't Wasabi's that clipped that then. Seems to like trying to get me. DD is kind of the t sort of sound, and with your young and front teeth. FF is teeth and bottom lips. LL is the back teeth thing. It's hard to explain. Ich is the sort of sound. Tuth, and f. I have no idea what I'm doing, to be fair. Okay, okay, I'm watching. Okay, that's probably the worst time to have done that. Making weird noises. Okay, so I'm going to get these the hockey tape bits back on here now, and we're going to get this board built up. I'm going to pop the switches in. I'm just making sure that this is feeling right, and it does feel fine. I think it was just the actual switch, so I put the switch off to the side when I moved them then. So Wasabi's, what's it going to be? How many bent pins is it going to be this time? And I promise I won't cheat this time either. I promise I won't cheat this time. I'll download the VOD. So Vogon PT has got great hope in me. 1 bent pin. Wasabi's is going with 6. Cake is going with 3. This time he admits it. I mean, I made the rules completely fair beforehand. I'm going to make them completely fair this time. The switch has to be in the actual in there for it to count. If it's bent before it goes in, doesn't count. Okay, I can bend it I can bend the pin before it goes in. Okay. The Welsh put sentences backwards, which is the hardest thing I find. Yeah, I mean, I can. You know they do that sobriety test where you have to say the alphabet backwards. I'd have no hope. I'd have no hope whatsoever. I really struggle with that. And I mean, doing a sentence backwards, God no. But there's some people out there that can just read a sentence backwards. Okay, let's grab the plate. So we're just going to put the plate in place. It's going to be very tight as it was last time. There we go. Let's just make sure it moves nicely as it needs to. Okay, mark the date. Okay. So, switches. So I'm just going to load this up with a few switches here, just to make sure we're nice and laid out nicely, and then I'll put all of the switches in after that. And I'm going to be checking to make sure the pins aren't bent before going in, okay? Is that alright, Wasabies? To be fair, probably not the best spot for me to have put that in. I think it doesn't clip in properly. To be fair, this switch as a whole doesn't clip in properly very well. Can we call you something shorter than the Pokemon Kid? Yeah, oh sorry, yeah, I'm Matt. So you just call me Matt if you like. Or, at the very least, Mr. Pokemon Kid. That for Wasabi specifically, it's Mr. Pokemon Kid. The rest of you can call me Matt. Cut out the vowels. Pokemon could. How about Mateus? Yeah, I mean, people have called me Mateus before. Sort of like one of those like school sort of names, Matthew, Mateus, Matt, and all of that sort of stuff. I'm out for now, thanks for the satisfying viewing experience. No worries, guys, no worries. I'm going to be back next week, so same great time, same great place. I'll have a CU80 to build next week. So stop on by. Miss Pokey. No, that's my wife. No bent pin so far. I should really wager something with you guys at some point. Well, more specifically Wasabies. I should wager something with Wasabies on how many bent pins there are. Have you ever called her Miss Pokey? No, I think I'd probably get smacked in the face if I did. No, I'm joking. No, she's not really into the scene or anything like that, so she doesn't know me at all as the Pokemon Kid. How much can you afford me? Well, I wasn't really thinking of how much I could afford. I was more thinking I'd love a video of you dabbing, to be fair. I'd happily dab if you managed to get the right number of pins. To bragging rights. Yeah. I wouldn't do anything for any real monetary value. I wouldn't want to bankrupt you. If I got a video of you dabbing, I would make it my follow emote. Sorry, let me just move this out of the way, guys. Sorry, no, I was just moving the thing out of the way. No, they're going in on camera. I'll do it a bit quicker than for you. Keep the PCB and play it on camera. It's become very serious. Not gonna dab. Might send you a picture of my cat. To be fair, a cat picture would be nice. I can have that as the follow. In the unlikely event you win. Oh, no, I want the dab now. I want you dabbing next to the cat on video. One thing that I'm going to have to check very quickly on these. That one is bent. Sorry, that one is bent all out of shape. One thing that I'm going to check after doing this, I'm just going to give them a quick once over tapping them all, because I know that there was a couple of duds. And I just want to check that because I put the dud ones off to the side. I want to just make sure that I've definitely gotten rid of them. Alright, these spots are slightly wider. I think that's the only spot they can go in. Oh yeah, it is the only spot they can go in. What are the Tangies like? So the Tangies are super smooth, and they've got a nice deep thock to them. They're sort of like inks, probably. Not like inks, I'd say. Like better inks almost. Are the rest of the people in here starting asking about questions? We need distraction here. Yeah, I need some more distractions, guys, so that Wasabees doesn't notice me like taking it off the screen. So one thing that I'm using here, as I do on all of my personal builds, I'm using a Cherry MX lock switch. Are you known for bending pins? Oh no. Well, apparently I am, but I don't like. He said that I bent loads of pins last time, but if I remember rightly, except for the one that was outside, like I unbent it here. I didn't bend any pins on the last stream. The UK doesn't have SWAT, do they? No. I get swatted halfway through for not bending enough pins on stream. Oh, come on. Doesn't want to go at all. I'm looking forward to this build now. This build has been sat on my shelf for the last few days, and before that I was eagerly awaiting for it to eagerly awaiting for it to come back from the Cerakotas, so. That might be rude. However, if I have a chocolate cake delivered to your door, I wouldn't be so against chocolate cake turning up to the door. Does remind me, I sent Salvin some donuts and cakes and stuff like that from a local place to him. So Salvin's doing the Ace of Spades for me, and so I sent him a bunch of cakes and stuff like that. And apparently, him and his wife got in a little bit of an argument because he was like, "What have you been ordering now?" And she was like, "What have you been ordering now?" And obviously I didn't tell him that I'd ordered them, so they turned up. I was feeling a bit awkward when he then sent me a message saying like, "Have you just sent me some cakes?" I was like, "Yes." So, but cakes wouldn't be too bad if you sent me some. I'd happily eat a cake, albeit I don't know if you can bake me a cake or if I have to leave it 2 weeks. Where is Salvin located? Salvin's located in Belgium. I won't say any more than that. Probably doesn't want me to dox him. Please don't send me. No, he hasn't moved to the US. He's still in Europe. I don't think he would have a. I don't think he'd have his house put into the house and then. Oh bloody hell! Hey Mork, how you doing, Mark? I seriously need to turn that down. It scares the shit out of me every time. Oh no, that was a bent one. I heard that one bend. I heard that one bend. That one right there, I heard it bend. Yeah, thanks a lot, Mark. Thanks a lot. Yeah, that was. I definitely heard that one bend just then. Oh, fucking hell. Thanks, Cake. Thanks a lot. Is that Swiss Army knife rants? Yes, it's a tiny little baby one. I have got something a little bit bigger in the drawer though. I got that one. Got a lovely spider co. Back 1 second too late. Oh, music has just stopped. Let me just change the music over. Playlists. We'll go to jazz type music. How about that? Keep following more bent pins. Yeah, I don't want to lose this bet. Oh, but I think I've got it in the bag. You said 6 anyway, so I've got to bend an awful lot of switches before I get to 6. Much nicer. Ran out of parts. What do you mean, Mark? Gonna have just enough switches. Oh, bending all of them. Oh, I see. Yeah. I can rebend them, but there's a bet going on at the moment. So the bet is that I'm going to bend more than 6 switches, and I have to do a dab. And if I bend less than 6 switches, he is going to send me a picture of him dabbing next to his cat, and it's going to become my follow icon. All right. They're all in there. I'm just gonna push on that. I need to make sure all of them. It's all flat. It's probably not a good idea if the switch is already bent, is it? Lies. I sent you a photo of my cat. No, I want a video of you dabbing next to the cat. I did indeed get a bent pin keyboard myself. Heavy metal keyboard for the win. Oof. I mean, that's the ultimate bent keyboard, really, isn't it? Purposely bent. Oh no, wait. So that the pin that is bent, I'm going to count that as a half because it's through, but the top of it is bent. It's like sort of like that, sort of like that. It's gone through, but it's literally bent at the top. So I'm going to count that as a half. I don't know if I can get it close enough to show you. It's this one. Where is it? This one here. You can see it's through, but it's like bent at the top. So I'm going to get it. I'm going to say that it counts. It counts. It counts. Mark, shut up. It's going to count as a half. This is my keyboard build, and so therefore I get to work out what is bent and what's not, and that's. I could probably count it as. Alright, let's have a look. So, no. So I've got to get to 6 apparently. None of these are bent. None. Nope. Still none. Okay, so I'll count that as 1, seeing as I'm doing pretty well at the moment. So 1 bent pin. That's 1 bent pin there. So 1. None along here. None along here. None along here. That's not bent. No. Oh, that's the thing. Nope. 1 bent pin. 1 bent pin. Alright, Wasbies, I'm going to need a video of you dabbing. How many half bent pins are you up to? No half bent pins. So the only one that was bent was this one, and it's. What I'll do is I'll pull it out and I'll show you guys. This one. I can rebend it back, but. So, if I bring it up to the camera, you can see, look, it looks completely straight. I can only get it so close to the camera before the camera goes nuts. Alright, come on. Can you see the end? Like just the tip there? A little bend at the tip there? It's only just bent. So I would have normally counted that as a half. Get your macro lens out, fella. Yeah, the macro lens is up on the shelf. I should get the macro lens. I don't know if this would show you any easier. Come on, camera. No, even the webcam camera is not gonna. Oh no, it's doing it. There you go. Look, you can just about see it. Just around this way. I'm really trying here, guys. I mean, it's that little of a bend that you can just about see it. And that's it straightened. So, no thanks to Mark trying to get me to dab on stream. You didn't win either, mate. 0. You win 3. Oh, Vogon PT wins. Vogon said 1 pin. But there was no bet with Vogon, so. Alright, let me just tidy up here a minute. Got shit all over the place. Don't need that, don't need that. Don't need that. My knives away. Don't need either of them. Oh, Rich says hi. Sorry, I missed the Rich says hi bit earlier, Mark. Hi, Rich as well. What doesn't Rich have a Twitch account? thought Rich would have one. Okay. So I'm just gonna have a quick listen, guys. Sounds right. Okay, and then we get the soldering on. It is sounding all good to me. Switch box alright. Yeah. Check these again. These are sounding all fine though. Soldering on's up to 300 already. He's cursing you. He didn't needs to get one. Oh, thank you very much, Rich. But isn't it asked rather than asked? Or are you gone that American nowadays? I won't poke too much. What time is it over there? Oh, you. Of course, you're on the weekend, so normally I'm like, why are you on at this time? All right, so we're gonna get soldering here, guys. So I'm just gonna solder the bottom row and then along, albeit that. Oh no, it's just the washer. The washer's at an angle, so it's all right. But Vogon won, so he's allowed to say that he won. No. He said we never made an agreement on that I should be dabbing, so doesn't count. Doesn't count. And Mark, shut up already. It doesn't count. Waiting for that dab though. Yeah, it doesn't count though. It doesn't count because me and Vogon never made one. It was between me and you, Wasbees. If Vogon had said that I should dab after it and with one bent pin, then I'd have done it. But I'm afraid I can't. I can't because he never said. Well, I'm not a gentleman. No, I never said I was a gentleman. Oh, there we go. Thought the music would stop for a second there. Oh, fuck. Thanks, Rich. Thanks a lot. Scared the shit out of me. I'm turning that down for next stream. I'm turning it down. You'll get to know when I go live, which is every Saturday at 7:30 PM. Besides, Vogon wouldn't make you dab. You'd remove his mod rights. Yeah, I would. He'd suddenly become bad mod, and I'd kick him. Banned from the stream. So one thing that I'm going to try and do with this board that I haven't done with any of my other boards is I'm going to be doing a style of gasket mounting called burger mounting. And so burger mounting is when you put a gasket, you've got the case, and then the plate and then the PCB. you put between the case and the plate, you put a rubber O-ring. So I'm going to try and put a rubber O-ring between it and see if that helps. And the other thing that I'm going to try, I don't know what they really call it, but so case, rubber O-ring, plate, rubber O-ring, screw, and that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to see if that helps with the sound at all. See if it helps with the feel and the sound, you know. Sorry. Oh, hey, my advice guy. How you doing? Your blackboard there looks gorgeous. Oh, what, this one? The Norbar. Yeah, the Norbar is lovely. What the heck is that Twitch? What I mean was... Oh, see you later, Mark. See you later. Go stomp some trash. Go tell them that they're trash as well. I need you to make sure that they know that they're trash and they've been put in their place. Screw rubber O-ring, not safe for work stream. Yeah, no, I should probably. Oh, I think I have it set as a not safe for work, so that I can swear as much as I like. I think it is an 18+ stream. Hey Smudge, how you doing? Welcome back. Yeah, Mary Advice Guy. Yeah, the Norbar has always been cool. It's got one cool thing. You might quite like this. Did you finish the TKL? No, I'm working on it at the moment. I'm working on the TKL at the moment. So the one cool bit that you might like about it, it's got the pi symbol on the underside. Weighs an absolute ton. You don't even swear when people follow you. Not very English of you. I mean, the sub sound scares me. Oh wow, I thought that was a 60%. I'm tired. Yeah, I mean, from here it does sort of look like a 60%. No, this is the same TKL. I'm just soldering it up now, so we're not far from being finished. And then I can show you how bad I type on my 10 fastest fingers. Music stopped. Ooh, let me put some more music on for you guys. We'll put the original playlist on, that'll get us to the end. I'm low-key nervous to solder. I mean, there's no reason to be so nervous. As long as you take your time and you don't overheat the pads, you'll be completely fine. Wasby's asked, how hot is your iron? Yeah, it does sound very wrong. Yeah, it's very hot, very hot. And only for you. No, 300 degrees centigrade. That's what I standard solder with as standard. It's hot enough that it allows the solder to flow immediately, and you're not sat there with like prodding the arm with your solder. For desoldering, I normally whack it up to about 320, 340, and that gets it flowing really nicely, and gives me enough time to get the desoldering pump in there so that I can desolder the pin. Med Advice Guy says, hoping that to go to the upcoming meet in England, seeing that our government has opened up for non-essential travel again. Well, hey, that's great to hear. I'm hoping that you can make it. If you need a hotel, I have got a referral link to the Point A Hotel, which is about 100 yards away from the venue this is. So let me know if you'd like that, and I can send it to you. I'm already booked in there, and the referral link gives. I've already got a free breakfast, so because somebody's already used it. But with the referral link, you get given free breakfast and 10% off. So. I think the situation will be fine by the time of November meet. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's pretty much December. It's the 28th of November. So, I mean, if the UK is not back to normal or somewhat normality by the 28th of November, I think having a meetup is probably going to be something completely like foreign anyway by that stage. I mean, it's going to be some dystopian land where bottle caps are used as currency and keyboards have not been used in months if we get to November. So I decided to get the same soldering iron as you're using. We can get high together. It's a great soldering iron. I mean, the Hakko, the 888D, brilliant. I mean, I first tried one of these soldering irons when I went round to Pexon's house, and we were soldering board. Me, Will, this is IDEX, Will, and Pexon all met up, and we had some beers, and we all brought a board each to build. And so I brought this board round, and I forgot my iron at home, and so we just used Pexon's, and it soldered so well. It was just brilliant compared to mine. Mine would burn the pads. It wouldn't heat quite right, and so immediately I was like, I want one of those if I can ever afford it. And great purchase overall. You can test the temp by touching it on your mouth. Yeah, you can. Yeah, lightly touch it on your tongue, and if it burns, you know it's too hot, and otherwise you should be alright. Where your government has over here in Wales, we cannot. Yeah. You guys in Wales and Scotland are running different rules to what we are. So you totally live up to the name Mayor Advice Guy. Not soldering iron, the solder, the string, the metal on the spool. Oh, what the Loctite brand stuff? Yeah, this Loctite brand. Yeah, it's great stuff. I love Loctite brand. Again, from Pexon. He recommended it to me, and I've not gone back since. I mean, Zapri. I mean, I pushed the Danish meetup back to January, so I have time to assess the situation with the British meetup. If that is a Corona fest, then I'll have to rethink. Well, I'm hoping that it won't be. I'm hoping that by the time the meetup comes around, things are going to have died down. We're going to be at level 1 or whatever it is, where we're not bothered about Corona anymore, but people will still wear masks and stuff like that. And so that's what I'm hoping for. At least we're going to be at a stage where we're mostly back to normality. At least that's what I hope, at least. I hope you'd have a meet by January. I'd be not surprised if not. Yeah, I'd be equally surprised if you didn't have a meet up by January. I think in the next couple of months, we're going to get back to relative normality. I mean, August, September sort of time, I'm expecting it to be mostly back to normal. I mean, a lot of EU countries, I mean, Spain is opening themselves up to tourists from the 1st, I believe. They're getting rid of that the 2-week quarantine period. So Spain are getting back to normal. So hopefully. Exclamation mark kit he's tried. If you want to see what I'm building, use exclamation mark build. I should make kit as well. To be fair, kit is less used, so I might not use kit, but exclamation mark build will tell you it. Wasabies, I haven't made the exclamation mark lewd lewd ones yet, send me a message on Discord, and I'll remember to try and put it in there for next week. And all I'll do is I'll have some nude CU80 photos. Oh, it will be a Corona Fest. Anything leaded in regards to solder is fine. Yeah, anything leaded works really well. Unleaded, you generally to get it to flow again afterwards. You have to go either with a really high temperature, or you have to put leaded solder into it. For a lot of projects that have come from KBD fans and people who've wanted me to change the switches, I've ended up having just to like pour leaded solder in there to get it to flow again. I mean, we're at 500 people limit by now over here. But if it turns out that every meat is a Corona pot, then I might rethink. Well, I mean, I think by that late stage, I think quite a lot of people are going to have gotten tested. To be fair, it might be a good idea that as a meetup, we just say like a month before, you just say, guys, if you want to turn up, then you have to get tested for the coronavirus. And I mean, you can get tested for free at like all of these different places, and it's quick and easy to get done, and it takes like a week for the information to come back. And at least then we know that if people who've had it or who've got it, and you can then say if somebody has got it and they really want to come to the meetup, then it's like maybe like come via proxy, like get somebody to come virtually for you or something like that. I don't know. But at that point, I think November and January especially, I'm expecting this to have all died down at that point. We're going to be well down on the numbers. Everything's going to have gone back to relative normality. I find it amazing how one guy eating bat soup has caused a whole world to shut down for 4 months. Oof, 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 oof. Maybe. I mean, if you're in China, don't say that too loudly. Your social score might well go down a bit. To be fair, your social score's probably gone down from just saying that. Not the build, the stuff you're using. Oh, okay. What stuff do you want to know? What I'm using? I can tell you the camera. I can tell you all sorts. So, I've just seen your message, Wasabies, on my my phone. I've got Discord up on my phone, sitting over the side there. I've just seen your message, so thanks. I'll try and get some nudie photos of the CU80 for you for next week's stream. Oh, thank you very much, my advice guy. Oh. Why did the bot not respond with yes right away? I will. Okay. So let's. We're going to make that one a command straight away. So add command. Okay, there you go. So now if you use exclamation mark is Matt a cutie, Albeit you spelt my name wrong. I'm going to remove this. Matt is spelt with one T. I'll have you know. All right, there you go. If you use that command, you should be able to see it now. There you go, guys. How close to finishing up the soldering, Matt? I'm not too far. I've missed a few here, but I've got these like what, 3 rows to do? 3 rows left to do. Sorry, exclamation mark Ludes is going to take a little bit longer because I need to get an imager link at least. I wonder if I can. Do you reckon I can do it so that it rotates the photos, so it gives you a different photo each time? Because that would be cool if I could do that. Just like boards without keycaps on. I've got plenty of those. I've got plenty of pictures like that. Oh, I can't see the stream. Oh, you've just sent me a photo on Discord. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, he's a beaut. Look at those greeny, yellowy eyes. They're beautiful. All right, your cat is going to be used as. I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it so that your cat will be my follow icon. You okay with that? I'll make him. You know when it pops up with the little Pokemon and everything like that. She's very, very beautiful girl. Very beautiful girl. She'll be used as the little follow thing, and I'll try and get some sort of sound to go with it as well. Albeit it will be replaced when I get my cats, I should say. Me and my half have got. We went and saw some kittens, and we've got 2 kittens in 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks. 2 weeks today. We're gonna get 2 kittens. So they'll be. They will take the space of your cat. Was just curious. Main board specs: iron, solder, mic. So okay, so the solder I'm using is Loctite. Loctite 6040. I can tell you the exact one here. Let me just put this over here. Sorry, I missed your question earlier, but I'll tell you what it is. So it is Loctite 362 60EN 5C 0.7 millimeters. So the thickness is 0.7 millimeters. All of the rest of it is some sort of product code. But it's 6040 leaded solder. It's got a very good, very good melt rate. So when you mean the main board specs, what do you mean by the main board? Do you mean like PC specs or? The iron is a Hako 888D. I bought that off of Amazon. The microphone is a Rode. What is it? A Rode USB NT that I'm using, and it's what I use for all of my typing tests on my YouTube channel. Is there anything else you need to know? Do you want to? So the camera, I can tell you what the camera is. I'm using 2 cameras. So I'm using a Logitech C920 for this camera, and for this camera I'm using a 5D Mark IV with a 17-40. Sorry, I'll get back to the other questions. Okay, then the problem. Oh, if just make it forward you to Reddit random not safe for work page. Yeah, I might not do that. I might not do that. Any specific breed? No, it's just a Moggy. Just a Moggy. Matt, please just make the sound you meowing. No, you're gonna clip it. Speaking of irons, I still owe you that bit. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Has that been working okay, by the way? Have you been using it completely fine? I was just so worried about like plugging it in ever again that I wasn't interested in using it. Oh, hobby photographer too? Well, pro photographer. I'm a hobby photographer. Well, I say I'm a hobby photographer. I've been doing photography semi-professionally for what, 10 years, and so I'm the head of press for a local festival, albeit the festival's not going on this year, but I'm the head of press for a local festival and earned a bit of money out of it here and there. But I'm an IT consultant for my real job, so yeah, Moggies are awesome. They're two QZs. We've got a little black and white one and a little tabby. You never know. When we get them, I might be able to show you guys them on stream. Albeit I might well try and get another like another webcam, because just off of screen there's like a little cat bed on the radiator, and so I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to set that up and be able to have like a little cat cam. Albeit they're definitely not going to be allowed in here whilst I'm soldering. I don't want to hurt them with a soldering iron or anything like that. Damn it! No new notification sounds from my phone. Sorry, dude. Sorry to hear it's Canon though. copying Tay. No, I've had this camera 3 years. It was literally just after it first came out, and I've had it for ages. And I thought I tried using a webcam for the over-the-head shot, and it just wasn't really that good. So I thought, well, what can I do to get it better? And I wanted to get something that was nice, and went on eBay and found a what was it, an Elgato Camlink 4K, and it was going for like 50 quid on an auction. I was like, I'd really love one of those, and I read through the details of it and it all looked fine, so I bought this thing. Ended up winning it for like 65 quid, and then prices seemed to, like everything else seemed to be stupid money. It was like 120 quid, and now you can't buy them anywhere for anywhere near 100. So I think I got pretty lucky at the time. Got a new power supply and it works fine. Besides the backlight, besides the screen backlight dying and half the pixels. What? How has it died? I mean, it was fully working. I mean, this is what you buy, what you get when you get a TS100. You seem to get scary moments and easily breakable stuff. I shouldn't say that really. I need to keep touching wood because the hacker has done me well. Remember, they will touch the soldering iron once. Yeah, they will. Yeah, I don't. To be fair, I don't want them doing that anyway. So. To be fair, this iron does cool down very, very quickly. I want to stream my build, but have only a C920. I mean, the C920 is a professional grade video camera, isn't it? If you get an Elgato, you should be completely fine to stream from it. I'm not even actually like recording video on the camera. It's just on the video function, so that I can use the moving like the moving autofocus, so I don't have to keep sort of re-autofocusing it all of the time. It's not amazing, but oh, sorry, I missed a bunch of things there. So you're a bit behind on chat, so it gets a bit disjointed. Copying TAE. He has 2 kittens, and he puts a cat on camera as well. Oh, I see. Yeah. There's a popular League of Legends streamer. Oh, what is his name? Something Foxtrot. I can't think of his name now. He's a jungler and just a jungle streamer on Twitch. Can't think of his name now. But he's got a dog cam that he does underneath the thing. But yeah, I thought it'd be kind of cute. So I'll catch up with chat quickly. It sounds more important than video. A C920 is more than good enough for what I use. I have a C920. Oof. I have a C920 and a Snowball. I mean, a Snowball is a great microphone. I had that before. As long as you get it on the right setting, you should be completely fine. It's not amazing, but decent. Is the C920 not the professional grade movie camera, or am I thinking of something else here? And yeah, I don't know why I did, but it was just in a box, and it stopped work. Oh dear. Matt, do you not use a desk mat? I do. I've got a desk mat just off to the side. I've got the Zambamon Grid desk mat. Is it Grid? I've also got, what else have I got? I've got 9009 Light coming. Or is it Dolch Light? It might be Dolch Light. I've got the Dolch Light desk mat coming. I've got the navy, the deep navy, dark navy, that desk mat coming as well. So I've got a few desk mats, but I'm not going to be doing Tejo types style and stacking them. I'm hoping that one of them is going to be used for my wife. Hopefully she'll like it and take that. I found a board on eBay recently, and I'm thinking about getting that. So just stay quiet about it, okay? Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, you don't need Elgato for the C920. Sorry, I'm pretty sure Canon. I'm pretty sure Canon has a C920 as well. So I'm getting them all mixed up. Canon has a big camera kit, and I was talking about Canons at the time. And sorry, I got mixed up. I used the C920 for an above head shot for a little while, and the quality's okay. It's not great. It's much easier to balance than this thing is, because this thing I have to use I'm using a proper full-sized rig above my head so that I can hold it up. I mean, I've got 3/4 inch pipe that's holding it up above the desk pretty much. I was lucky I got it on Prime Day for 20 quid. Oof, that is not bad. There's a few things on Prime Day that I'm looking forward to trying to get. I want to get Hue light bulbs, because I'd love a Hue light bulb above here, and some in the bedroom. Another C920, or whatever the new one is. There's a new one that's come out that's like 4K, brilliant. And there was something else that I wanted to get as well. Oh, it was more of these. You can see the LED strips behind me here. I wanted to get some for the desk in front of me, so it would light up here a bit more, look a bit nicer. And if I could get Philips Hue ones of those as well, that'd be cool. Because then I can have like all sorts of like sound effects going off on my PC and like the screen going off and stuff. And the other thing was that I wanted to try and get a 4K 144Hz monitor, and I wasn't going to be ending like spending up a load of money and actually having to take a kidney out of, like sell a kidney and everything like that as well. There are 3 rules in regards to getting good video, good lighting, and good lighting. Yeah, to be fair, all of this has changed recently because I've just gotten this big light. There's a big light right there, and it's made a huge difference. It's allowing me to expose this properly. Normally I would be completely in the dark and the ISO would be through the roof. I'd be at like 6400 ISO. This is like, I want to say it's like 1600, I think. So the noise is much more manageable, and I'm at like f5, so you guys can see like a decent depth of field rather than it being at like silly low. Oh no, it's not f5, it's like f8, I think. Desk mats for your wife. Good way to prevent butt prints on your desk. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, we'll say that. We'll say that. Why not an IKEA bulb? I haven't really looked at the IKEA ones. Are they smartphone, like usable through your smartphone and like Alexa and stuff? Because that's how I currently use the one that I've got behind me. It's smartphone ready, and it connects to. You can connect it to Alexa, but I just use the app, to be fair, and that seems to do me quite nicely. So I'm going to catch up with chat again. Something I'm buzzing for is the upcoming Steam summer sale. Going to get several games, including Outer Wild, Hollow Knight, and Soma. Another game that you want to add to your list is, if you want a nice typing game, a nice fun typing game, have a look at Type Night. It's only like a couple of quid, like 2-3 quid, but it's like a fun little typing game. It's meant to get you better at like precision typing and stuff, built into a game. There are some aviator cables on Amazon. Don't know how much about them though. I've always tried to stick with going with Pexon for any of my cables. I've bought aviator style connectors from him before. I've got Limo connectors from him as well, and for the Ace of Spades project, he's going to be making the cables for me, and I specifically wanted him to be doing that for me because his quality is just brilliant. If I'm going to be coming to the meetup and I'm going to be holding my Ace of Spades by the cable, like dangling it from the cable, I want it to be a Pexon cable. I don't want it to be something else where I can just drop it and it'll damage the board or anything like that. They're interchangeable. Philips Hue bulbs are RGB. You can run IKEA RGB bulbs on Philips bridges. Oh wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. I would get the RGB bulbs no matter what. Yeah, the same system, all running over Zigbee. You can do a load of fancy stuff with a custom Zigbee bridge. I have my setup running through Node Red setup, where it's controlled automatically. Wow, that's kind of cool. Is there an awful lot of is there an awful lot of coding involved with that? Because realistically, I just want to be able to turn the lights on. I'm not really bothered about coding it. 2077 has been delayed once again. Yeah, I saw 2077 was delayed. I think that what was it? There's a key set. What was the one that somebody said earlier? Cyberpunk, is it? I think they're meant to go sort of hand in hand with design styles and stuff, which is a bit of a shame, seeing as it was meant to be released and everything like that by now. Type Night sounds interesting. We'll take a look. Yeah, I mean, it's just a fun little game at the end of the day. Yeah. Sad news for those who were going to play at launch. I wasn't super fussed. I was going to GMK Night Runner. That's it. GMK Night Runner. It's got a similar colour scheme and design style to that. The cyberpunk sort of like logo. I think it's using a very similar yellow. Alright, we're nearly there, guys. We're on to the last 5 switches. This board has taken me longer than normal, but it's been good fun. Okay, we're nearly there now, guys. One switch left. I'll just do a quick inspection just to make sure I haven't missed any, because it is very easy to miss them because there's so many little holes in this board. So, no. Doesn't need to be one there. ISO, yep. Oh, we've got to do these ones. Yeah, I missed that. Oh, one right there. Good thing I noticed that. Albeit it's going to be the least used one ever. Okay. We're all good. All right, let's turn the iron off for now. I mean, there's some setup involved, but you can totally. Without coding anything, I can show you my very simple setup sometime if you want, Matt, though it does require having a running server running. I mean, I have got Plex running on a server, so I could always try and run it alongside that somehow, albeit depending on how much it costs, I might just buy it off of thingy. Is that the... No, it's not the microphone. I might just buy the Philips Hue stuff if it comes down in price, because somebody mentioned the other day it came down to like a silly good price. So there we go. That's the board all soldered up nicely. Okay, so let's get the case. So we're going to get the top piece first. So let's put the top piece down here. Okay, just nudge it along a second. So let's move the iron up here. I need some tweezers. Plex servers, those are legal in the UK? Yeah, of course they are. Yeah, Plex servers. I'm not going to need this many, but let's. So I'm just putting I've got some little, 1x2 O-rings. This is probably not the best one to use because it's got some stuff on it. Use the slightly longer ones. Type Night is fun. My kid should love it. Oh, good. Yeah, give it a little try. I've got the game installed. It's a fun little game. good one to just getting used to sort of like typing and like that idea of like homebrew and everything like that. There's a really good website that I learned how to type a bit better on, and it's it is a how do I explain it? It's like a typing tutorial thing, and that's really good. Nearly done, nearly done. Okay. I purchased a custom bridge from Germany, German company, for like €30, and it been running fine ever since. Really fun to play with. Unraid in my Plex is my go-to. Plex in a Docker. I don't use Unraid, I use FreeNAS. Albeit I have been thinking about moving to Unraid, but I need to get some disks to be able to, like, for me to be able to move the stuff off of there. I've also been thinking about updating the disks that are in there. They're all 2 terabyte ones, and I could deal with going with moving up to like 4 or 6 terabyte ones. Okay, let's put that in. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, so the screws that I'm using here, if I pull them out, you'll be able to see there's like a little black, that's probably not the best way to do it. See, there's a little black ring on them. Come on, camera. See, there's a little black ring on there. And so that little black ring is just the same O-ring. I've just put these on beforehand because they're a pain in the ass to do it whilst on stream. Wasabi says 10 terabytes, go hard or go home. Yeah. Would also break the bank with eight hard drives. I don't need 80 terabytes of storage, as much as I'd like to have 80 terabytes of storage. Okay, let's get these down and on. Wasabi's, then there are people like me that have a Raspberry Pi with 500 gigabyte hard drive and nothing else. Oof. Yeah, I mean, my FreeNAS server is running, what is it? How many? I've got a bunch of 2 terabyte drives in there. 8 2 terabytes, or is it 10? It might be 10. I do not want to go. Oh, that's fine. Just make sure these are all straighten in. That one's not very straight either. That should be fine, that one though. I'll try to turn this one down. I can move the one over the far side. Let's just unscrew this one a little so I can move that a little. Nicely in position. Low cost investment, low cost running. Yeah, I mean, my server is used like all of the time. My wife uses it for watching just watching like TV programs and stuff like that, and I've got a bunch of files on there as well, like work files and stuff, like tools and bits and pieces that I need to use. And then obviously we run Plex to be able to just have a flashy front end for it all. Have you guys ever tested disaster recovery? If you have not tested your backup, then you have no backup. I do an offsite backup for mine. I have a 4 terabyte hard drive that, to be fair, I'm not that bothered about my movies. If I lose them, I lose them. I don't really care. The main thing that I'm worried about is if I were to lose my photos. I've got like 2.5 terabytes of photos, and so I've got 2 hard drives that I alternate between here and my parents, and I do an offsite backup there. Okay, these are in nicely. I'm just going to tighten them down a little bit further. Perfect. The board is looking good. The board is looking good. Multiple layers of disaster recovery here. I used to work in IT and I met way too many customers with fried drives. Yeah, I've had the same things at work, so I'd prefer it not happening to me. Ooh, runner. That's just completely gone. Oh, no, it's not there. Sorry, guys. But you have tested it works. Yes. Well, I say I've tested it, it works. It's just a complete copy of it. So I mean, I've moved it onto there before. Like, I move the stuff on there once a month. Realistically, if I lose this month's stuff, I'm not really that bothered. It's just everything in the long term. But I can take it over to my parents. I can plug it in. I can use it. It's not a normal. It's like a full backup, pretty much. I'm just copying the files as a whole over there. And it works fine for me. Because I alternate them backwards and forwards, so I just plug the hard drive in, move the new files onto the other one. And then off we go again. Okay. So let's pop the top back on this. Oh, actually, I might need that in a minute. I might need that. Okay, let's just flip her on over. Okay, and let's get the back of these. Okay. Zachary asked the ultimate question: which keycaps are you going to use on this? So I'm going to be using GMK Demonic. I have set the board up. I shouldn't have put these back so hastily. I'm going to be using GMK Demonic. I've set the board up with the red as the RGB color, everything like that, and it's going to look really good with that combo. Okay, I think this is the right one. Let's double check. Yeah, that'd be the one. So since the last stream, when I like a couple of streams ago, to be fair, when I desoldered this, I've gotten new screws for this. So these are hex head screws rather than Torx. I mean, Torx is great. I would go with Torx, but 27 who made this board originally went with shitty Torx, so the things just crumbled. They were horrible. They were horrible Torx ones. They literally put a tool anywhere near them to screw them up, and the tool would just snap the head, like round it, everything. Yeah, I've thought about filling it. I have to have a chat to the guy that does the cerakoting, see what he recommends that I could use, because he might well be able to fill it with Cerakote and finish it nicely. I don't know what he can do really, but we'll see what he says. 3213 copies of data on different devices, at least one off-site. Yeah, I mean, I've got I have an on-site backup. I'm pretty much running all of the time, but in case we get broken into or something like that, and they happen to steal the hard drive, I've got an off-site as well. And anything that's really precious is backed up onto the Google Drive anyway. So I'm not taking any risks with anything that's like seriously precious. And anyway, I don't have anything that's like crazy stupid precious anyway. It's like old photos mainly, and I've got most of them on the Google Drive. Okay, we're nearly there, boys. Okay, that's all of the screws in. Okay, let's get the keycaps. This is looking really good. So, the keycaps I'm using are GMK Demonic. I've had this keycap set a little while. And let's get her on. No, that's not good. Ah, there we go. Still feels a little laggy, so I might have to play with this a little bit more. I think it might be the ISO key specifically that's doing it. Obviously, I'll go with the heart. I might have a play with a couple of different ISO keys to see what works best. Sounds good to me. Oh, there we go. That's feeling much better now. It's just because it was angled slightly, I think. There we go. Yeah, that feels much better now. Okay. Let's get clearing through this. I can never remember where these keys go until more keys go on. I want to get black 3.0 to fill stuff on the board with. A black 3.0 would be really cool. I like that. I like the look of black 3.0. QWERT. And that is almost as sexy as the person who built it. Oof, 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 oof. I don't want to spend as much on GMK set, but I'm finding it hard to find a nice colorway with ISO otherwise. I mean, GMK is the gold standard in our community for key cap sets. I mean, do have a look at CAT if you can. Look at like CAT sets and stuff, because they're equally as nice. Have a good look at those, but there's a few options out there. I mean, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, have a look at ePPT. I haven't had very good experiences with the ePPT, but you might have better experience with me, better experience than me. Did Matt dab yet? I didn't lose the bet, so I don't need to dab. There was no bet made between me and Vogon, but there was a bet made between me and you, and I honoured the debt. I honoured it between me and you. I didn't get 0, so it's all fair. At least you have a quick reference right above for keycap placement. Yeah, I still prefer to, as I'm going along, like working out like numbers and stuff like that. I still prefer to like get number 1, 2, 3 and stuff in there, and you can do it from there really. Otherwise, I always make a mistake. Well, you guys wait until the LEDs are on. When the LEDs come on this thing, it's going to look bang. The LEDs really do make it pop. Okay. And obviously, I'm going to do a quick typing test towards the end of this stream, so you guys can hear it. But if you do want to hear a much better typing test, please use !YouTube, and you'll get taken to my YouTube channel, where I have all of the typing tests for any board that has been made on this stream on there, and they're filmed, and the setup is a little bit better. So. If you guys want to listen to better typing tests, please feel free to go over there and have a look. I'm a bit sad, but I'll survive. I'm still nervous about my Enjoy PBT Ivory set. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, you should be fine. I'll be honest. You should be fine. If it's bent, it's not the end of the world. You can bend it back yourself. They're not difficult to bend. All you got to do is you get a Pyrex container that's more than big enough for the spacebar. Pour boiling hot water into there, put the spacebar into it, leave it in there for about a minute, and then after a minute you should be able to take it out and push it against a surface that's flat, or that you know to be flat, and then from there you should all be good. There we go, guys. Definitely does feel a little laggy, so I might have to have a bit more of a play with this. I don't know why it's feeling like that. If it's just a weird feeling from the... I think it's probably just this ISO enter. But, alright. Let's do a little sound test for you guys. So, let's pause the music. I'm going to pull this down. Let's just have a little quick... Okay, so the one thing that I'm going to try to do here, guys, is let us just... We need to test it at the end of the day. So let's move this boy out of the way entirely. He can go back up on the shelf over here. We're going to give this board a good test quickly. And so the only way to give it a good test is let's get the limo out of the way. Where's the USB-C limo? Oh, you're there. Let's see. So much in the drawer nowadays. Okay. It's right there. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Sorry, it's a little bit flashy. It's completely flat here. You can see that beautiful red. I might be able to fix it a little bit here for you. See if that... No, God, no. Okay, that's not changing anything now. Okay, changing that does. See if I can... I'll make it one shade lighter, and that helps it a little bit. Okay. So let's just do a quick switch hitter style thing. So switch. So these look like they're working anyway, but I've got switch hitter here. I need to crop this. Give me 1 second. Transform. Edit transform. It won't let me reduce it in size. All right, let me just. Let's open window capture. I think it's window capture that I need. Switch hitter. Sorry guys, I'm just setting up switch hitter quickly here. You guys can probably see all of this. Switch hitter. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, so we're just going to quickly run through this. So, okay, so the scroll lock doesn't work because it's a locking key. I know that much. So the caps lock works fine. Albeit this shouldn't be control, this should be function, but I'll play with that afterwards. So everything works except for the scroll lock, but that's because it is a locking one. Okay, so that's looking all good. So let's let's remove switch hitter. Okay, switch hitter's gone. So let's move you guys over. Come on. Move you guys over here a second. Okay, so let's just open up a new window. 10 fastest fingers. And if I bring up Streamlabs, where is, I need to get rid of the advert. 10 fastest fingers. You guys should be able to see the 10 fastest fingers window now. Oh, come on, unlock. Just gonna move you up there. You guys can see that all right, yeah? So I can't really see you guys very well. Production value through the roof here. Okay, so let's do a typing test. See how it goes. Let's just move these out of the way quickly. Okay, here we go, guys. That was horrid. But sounded excellent. What do you guys think? How do you think it sounded? Oh, I see. So it's 63 words per minute. 63 words per minute. I can do faster than that. I can definitely do faster than that. Just need to get into it a bit more. Okay, definitely not starting with that one. Okay. Need that sound in my life. That does sound really good. So here we go, guys. Oh. That was a bit better. So there we go, guys. My hands are a little bit sticky, but yeah, overall I thought that went really well, and the board looks amazing. Looks so good. Really happy with it. So I'm going to put you guys back up here. But guys, that's going to bring us to the end of the stream, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I've hoped you have had your questions answered. I know that there's been a lot of stuff on the stream so far, but yeah, well, thank you very much for watching. We're just coming up to 3 hours, so if you guys have enjoyed the stream this evening, if you've enjoyed it, hit exclamation point YouTube, and you can look at all of my previous VODs. If you have enjoyed watching me and you want to watch me again, you can hit the follow button. If you want to know any more about the build that I've done, you can do exclamation point build, or you can just drop me a message in Discord. I'm about all of the time. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I'm going to put the music on, and you can listen to it as I outro. So see you all guys soon. Talk to you guys later.
nobody else can do this job because you got too much feeling.